You've watched their story, their coffee, their gym selfie, their suspiciously emotional song lyric at 1 a.m., and you said absolutely nothing. No heart, no comment, not even the lazy little fire emoji. But here's the thing, that silence isn't always what it looks like. Sometimes not reacting doesn't mean you don't care. Sometimes it means you don't want your caring to become visible. And by the end of this, you might realize something a little uncomfortable. The people you avoid reacting to are often the ones who make you feel the most exposed. So let's start with why a like isn't just a like anymore. There was a time when a like was simple. You saw something, you liked it, you pressed the button. That was the whole transaction. But somewhere along the way, the like became a lot. Think about what it actually means now to press that little heart. If you like your ex's new profile picture, you've just told them you looked. If you like your crush's story within 30 seconds, you've revealed exactly how fast you opened it. If you like the post of someone you've been silently competing with for the past 2 years, well, that's basically a handshake and a concession speech. A like used to mean, I like this. Now it can mean, I saw you, I noticed you, I still care. I'm not jealous, I'm not bitter, and yes, I am emotionally normal about all of this, which is a lot of pressure for one tiny heart. So people stop pressing it. Not because they don't care, but because pressing it feels like saying something they're not ready to say out loud. A like is no longer just a like. It's a tiny social signal with way too much emotional weight. And it's not just likes. Think about the comment you almost left. You type, so cute. You stare at it, you delete it, and then you continue watching like a ghost with Wi-Fi. Or the DM you drafted at 11 p.m., read back 3 times and closed without sending. Because reacting, any kind of reacting, can start to feel like giving yourself away. And it's different depending on who it is. If it's your ex, a like feels illegal. If it's your crush, a like feels too obvious. If it's someone you're quietly competing with, a like feels like surrender. If it's someone you used to be close to but slowly drifted from, a like feels like reopening a door you're not sure you want open. The heart button looks small, but emotionally, it can feel like a confession. So instead, you watch, you notice, you register, you file it away, but you don't react. Because not reacting means no one knows what you felt, and there's a strange kind of comfort in that. Lurking gives you a strange kind of control. You get to know without being known. You get to stay close without having to explain why you're still there. You can follow someone's entire life, their new job, their new haircut, their new situationship, the fact that they're suddenly really into Pilates, without ever once making yourself visible. You haven't spoken to them in 6 months, but somehow you know everything. The lurker's favorite position is close enough to know, far enough to deny. Researchers call this passive social media use, and interestingly, some studies suggest that silent scrolling can lead to more comparison, not less, because you're watching everyone else's life without giving your own any context. So, yes, lurking can feel safer, but it doesn't always feel better. And the posts you refuse to like, they're often the ones that affect you the most. Think about it. There are accounts you react to without even thinking. A friend posts something, you heart it before you fully processed it. Someone you follow posts a photo, you double tap out of pure habit. But then there are some accounts where you pause, where you hover, where you catch yourself thinking, would this person know I saw it? Would it look weird? Would it look like I care too much? Would it look like I haven't moved on? The accounts that make you think that hard are usually not random. They are the ones where one tiny reaction would say too much. You don't mind watching, you mind being seen watching. Here's the thing about lurking though. It works, right up until it doesn't. Staying silent keeps you safe. It keeps your feelings hidden, your interest invisible, your presence technically unconfirmed. But there's a cost. Lurking gives you information, but not intimacy. You can watch someone's stories every day for a year and still feel further from them than you did when you started. because you know the surface, the coffee, the trips, the carefully curated Sunday mornings, but you don't know anything that wasn't packaged for an audience. And the relationship doesn't move. It just exists, quietly, in your phone, somewhere between following and knowing. Silent watching can feel like connection, but it rarely becomes closeness. You're updated but not involved. And sometimes the longer you stay silent, the harder it becomes to break it. Because now it's not just one reaction. Now it's the first reaction after months of nothing, and that carries its own kind of weight. The silence that felt safe, it became its own kind of trap. So let's bring this back to the beginning. You watched their story, their coffee, their 1 a.m. song lyric, and you said nothing. Maybe the question isn't, why don't I react? Maybe the real question is, what would people know about me if I did? Because sometimes the scariest part of reacting is letting yourself be seen. So be honest, do you react freely, or do you watch silently and pretend you were never there?